What a wonderful car. It looks as if it had won the Grand Prix d'Elegance many years ago.
Oh, it did. It was built for Raposo. You know, the bullfighter. He had it made this way so he could stand up and take bows. He only got one ride in it, bequeathed it to me on his deathbed. Well, here's to Raposo. I hope you like champagne.
You mean it's yours?
Well, I gave it to my former chauffeur, the fat bandit in the front seat.
Harry, look at that wonderful villa.
Well, that was Brady Crampton's.
Oh, you mean Lord Crampton, in Gloucestershire? His family acres marched hand in hand with ours.
Gloucestershire, the cathedral towns, trout fishing, garden parties. What a beautiful life.
You know England well?
Emotionally, I am English. I serve tea every afternoon with crumpets, and I've always kept up my subscription to Country Life and to Tedler.
Trouble with England, it's all pomp and no circumstance. You're very wise to get out of it. Escape while you can.
Well, I'd hardly describe myself as escaping. Simply so happened that a relative of mine, first cousin actually, who died recently, happened to be the owner of a coffee plantation.
Africa's the place now. You talk about the diamond boys, the gold boys. They just skimmed a little off the top. The potential mineral wealth of Africa's hardly been scratched.
Now, there is a villa.
Big.
Well, that's the Villa Capriccio, famed in song and story, a 3-star attraction in Baedeker.
Well, whose is it?
Well, the bank's on it now. It used to be mine.
Yours?
Yes, I bought old Charles over from Fouquet's. You know, the old Fouquet's, to run it for me. Then when I decided to pull up stakes, I bought in this restaurant we're going to. Least I could do to show my appreciation. Well, here we are.
You take your wine here or upstairs, Mr. Dunn?
No, we'll have it here. Care to join us in a drink, Clayton?
No, thanks. It's a bit early in the day for me.
Mr. Clayton is presently interested in the Van Meer murder case.
The Van Meer murder case? Oh, yes, yes. That fellow in the Colonial Office. Yes, I read about that in the paper. It was a shocking affair.
According to Mr. Van Meer's appointment book, Mr. Peterson, you had lunch with him at the Savoy a few days before his death.
That's quite correct. Mr. Van Meer was an expert on African matters. We wanted his advice about affairs in British East.
Do you recall the subject under discussion?
Vaguely. Crop yield. The native labor situation.
Inches of rain.
Vaccination, shorts.
How long do you know Mr. Van Meer?
Oh, a couple of months. We met half a dozen times.
Did he ever make mention of any enemies, business or otherwise? Did he say anything about romantic attachments? I mean, did he name any women?
No. I should have been very surprised if he had done. Mr. Van Meer struck me as being every inch a gentleman.
Oh, of course, of course. Well, that's all. Unless somebody has anything further to add.
I have. I think you ought to know that the business of one of these businessmen is murder.
I beg your pardon.
Major Ross, I mean. I can't guarantee Major Ross murdered this Van Meer person. I assure you, however, he attempted to murder my husband with a long, thin dagger, which he always carried about in what looked like an innocent swagger stick.
Go on, Mrs. Chum.
You see, Major Ross is employed by Mr. Peterson there to do his dirty work. One might say he's a professional killer. My husband found out certain things about Mr. Peterson. Things in point of fact that are a matter of empire, involving, as they do, a plot to exploit our kingdom's uranium resources. And that's why Mr. Peterson decided to have him done away with. Don't run away, Mr. Peterson. That's always tantamount to a confession of guilt. Tantamount is what I call it.
More champagne, Clayton?
No, thank you.